to jump into the grasp of Nia Jax.
Desperation time for the
Hello,
Queen to somehow...
WWE world. This is Wrestle Talk Reality, back with the hottest wrestling updates. Subscribe now and let's break it down. WWE has always been known for its dramatic rivalries, emotional storytelling, and unforgettable moments. But sometimes things unfold in ways that spark deeper conversations beyond entertainment. The clash between Naomi and Nia Jax on SmackDown became one such moment. What began as a competitive rivalry built on pride, momentum, and personal identity soon escalated into an intense confrontation that drew strong reactions from audiences, performers, and commentators alike. The situation highlighted the physical risks, the emotional pressures, and the importance of performer safety in professional wrestling. Fans were left debating what happened, how it should have been handled, and what it means for the future of both wrestlers involved. This summary explores the story, the response, and the lasting impact it has created. The rivalry builds. The growing rivalry between Naomi and Nia Jax did not emerge overnight. It developed gradually, fueled by competitive ambition and the natural friction that occurs when two top athletes pursue the same spotlight. Naomi had been building strong momentum, delivering standout performances that showcased her agility, creativity, and connection with the audience. At the same time, Nia Jax brought a powerful physical presence and reputation as one of the most dominant forces in the division. Their interactions became more personal with each appearance, shifting from simple competitive tension to something deeper. Fans sensed that both women felt they had something to prove, Naomi demonstrating resilience and talent, and Nia asserting her strength and authority. This emotional foundation set the tone for what would become one of the most talked about moments on SmackDown. Both competitors entered knowing that their conflict was more than storyline. It was a test of pride, identity, and respect. Naomi's rising confidence and energy. Naomi's presence leading up to the confrontation was marked by inspiration and determination. Her recent victories had strengthened her confidence, and audiences responded to her energy with enthusiasm. Her performances were consistently dynamic, blending athletic choreography with expressive personality. Naomi represented a performer who earned her place through effort, perseverance, and connection with fans. When she addressed her rivalry with Nia, her message centered on values like hard work and self-belief rather than intimidation. She reminded the audience and her opponent that resilience and dedication are just as powerful as physical strength. Her entrance that night reflected her trademark radiance. Her signature glow symbolized empowerment and identity. For many watching, Naomi stood as an athlete, embracing both entertainment and authenticity. Her words resonated because they came from experience. Every challenge she had faced shaped her as both a competitor and a performer. This emotional sincerity set the stage for intense confrontation. Nia Jax's strength and determined identity. Nia Jax entered the segment carrying her own history and sense of purpose. Known for her commanding presence and physical effectiveness, she often portrayed the role of an unstoppable powerhouse. Yet beyond her strength, Nia has spoken about the expectations and pressures faced by women who do not fit traditional standards. In this rivalry, she projected confidence in her identity and rejected any suggestion that her success depended on anything other than her own merits. When she confronted Naomi, her tone was assertive. She challenged Naomi's claims, framing them as misunderstandings of what true dominance means in wrestling. For Nia, power was not a shortcut, but a strategy, a way of shaping the ring on her own terms. Her stance emphasized that every competitor has their own path. The confrontation highlighted two strong women defending different visions of respect and legitimacy, which made the encounter emotionally charged before any physical conflict unfolded. The confrontation turns intense. The atmosphere in the arena grew increasingly tense as both women stood face to face. Their verbal exchange was passionate and unscripted in tone, which added a sense of realism and urgency. The crowd responded loudly to each statement, sensing how much personal meaning was behind the words. It became clear that neither competitor was willing to back down or step aside. This emotional momentum created a moment where verbal competition naturally transitioned into physical aggression. When the confrontation escalated, the shift happened quickly, and the intensity caught the environment off guard. The physical exchange was forceful and unplanned, leading to a situation that needed immediate intervention. Officials and staff rushed to the ring to separate the athletes and create space for de-escalation. The focus in that moment moved away from rivalry and toward protecting well-being. It was a reminder that professional wrestling requires careful balance between performance and safety. The unintended mishap and immediate response. During the struggle, there was an unintended gear mishap involving Naomi's ring attire. This moment was clearly accidental, occurring during fast and uncontrolled motion. The production team reacted swiftly, adjusting camera angles and working to protect Naomi's privacy and dignity. Ringside staff and fellow performers assisted immediately, providing coverage and comfort. Naomi responded with composure under pressure, demonstrating professionalism during a situation that was deeply uncomfortable and surprising. Nia, too, appeared taken aback by the escalation, and both competitors paused as officials worked to restore calm. This moment became the center of public conversation, not because of spectacle, but because it highlighted vulnerability in a space meant to be controlled. The incident reinforced how unpredictable live performance can be, especially in a physical environment. It also emphasized the importance of clear communication, preparation, and care among performers, production crews, and company leadership. Audience and social media reaction. The live audience was shocked by what they witnessed, and social media reaction spread rapidly. Discussions emerged immediately about what had happened, whether the escalation was accidental, and how WWE should respond. Support poured in for Naomi, with many viewers expressing empathy for her experience and admiration for her grace and professionalism. Others emphasized that emotional and physical intensity is part of wrestling, but that performer dignity should always be safeguarded. A variety of opinions surfaced about whether the situation was preventable or simply an unfortunate moment during live-action athletic performance. Analysts, journalists, and fans debated the meaning of the incident, but many agreed on one point: performers deserve environments that prioritize respect and protection. The viral nature of the discussion revealed how deeply audiences invest in the well-being of athletes, not just storylines or outcomes. This moment became larger than entertainment. It became a conversation about humanity and care. Backstage and organizational response reports suggested that backstage reactions were serious and immediate. Officials, producers, and leadership held discussions to understand what happened and determine how to support those involved. Naomi received support from colleagues and staff, recognizing the emotional impact of the situation. Nia Jax also spoke with company representatives to review the incident and ensure clarity about intent and professional boundaries. The locker room environment was reportedly mixed with concern, reflection, and conversation about how situations like this can be handled better in the future. WWE leadership faced the challenge of balancing discretion with responsibility as public attention continued to grow. Decisions about whether to issue public statements required careful thought to respect both athletes. The organizational response highlighted how important communication, empathy, and structure are in maintaining safe performance conditions. The incident encouraged many within the company to reflect on preparation practices, safety protocols, and emotional awareness among performers and staff. Public statements and personal strength. In the days following the event, both Naomi and Nia Jax addressed the situation respectfully. Naomi expressed gratitude for the support she received and emphasized her commitment to staying strong and professional. Her response resonated with audiences because it reflected resilience and emotional maturity. Nia shared her own message, expressing understanding of the sensitivity of the situation and reinforcing her respect for Naomi and their shared profession. While some viewers interpreted the statements differently, both women demonstrated responsibility, composure, and care in shaping the narrative moving forward. The way they handled the aftermath reinforced the importance of compassion and unity in the wrestling community. Rather than focusing on conflict, their responses helped shift the conversation toward recovery, understanding, and growth. Both athletes emerged from the situation, demonstrating not only physical skill, but emotional depth and strength of character, qualities that define lasting careers in WWE. Reflections on safety, respect, and the future. The incident inspired broader reflection across wrestling audiences and organizations. Many discussions emphasized the importance of performer safety, clear communication, and protective wardrobe design in high-intensity environments. The situation also encouraged conversations about how companies can support performers emotionally as well as physically. Respect and dignity must always be prioritized, even in a sport built on conflict and spectacle. Moving forward, the moment serves as a reminder that behind every performance is a human being with feelings, boundaries, and vulnerability. As for Naomi and Nia Jax, their futures will likely be shaped not only by this incident, but by how they continue to show strength and purpose in the ring. If WWE chooses to learn and grow from this situation, it can help create a safer and more supportive environment for all athletes. Ultimately, the hope is that this moment leads to greater understanding, empathy, and progress within the industry.